Hi guys! Okay, last recorded video before our challenge. Oh my god. And if you guys haven't signed up for the challenge yet, again, we are doing a quick start to Reading Tarot Intuitively Challenge next week, January 1st through the 5th. And it's gonna be amazing. Everything's amazing. You're gonna get workbooks, you're gonna get free things, you're gonna get a live stream every day with me, you're gonna get pinned posts where you can go ahead and talk with each other, and the whole thing is interaction and participation. So, it's huge. Take part in it. It's gonna be awesome. So, today, to get ready for that, is all about driving away self-doubt when it comes to reading tarot. Because when I first started, okay, so I got my Enchanted World, and already I'm like, the deck and I didn't click. So I went on Amazon, and I got the Witch's Tarot for myself, and I loved it. And when it came in, I clicked with that instantly. But at the same time, I was still worried about being right. A friend of my husband, his girlfriend, very new at the time, I went ahead and did a reading for her, but the whole time I was reading from a book. And his friend was, touching my cards and going through my journal, and at the time it was a mixture of my beginning magical journal and my tarot journal, and I was uncomfortable, but I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to be that person. I was still doubting myself as a reader. And then there were times I was like, I really want to practice this, so I'd go on Tumblr, where I first got introduced to the wonderful world of witchcraft and tarot, and I was trying to figure out what I was in general spiritually, because I'm from a family of Jehovah's Witnesses, and if you don't know anything about that, it's incredibly repressive, especially spiritually. There's so many rules. Like, I still don't know how I feel about angels because of that, because they didn't name any angels. They just... Jesus and Satan. That's about it. They didn't name anything else. They just said the angels. So, it was hard for me to grasp all the different things I was learning, even though part of my brain was like, soak it up, soak it up, soak it up, especially when it came to tarot. Part of my brain was like, I don't know if this is right for me. And then years later, so I would go on Tumblr, and I'd see people asking questions to all, the major bloggers on there that have been doing this for years and are doing fantastic posts. They're still doing fantastic posts. And some of them would be really nice and open, and others would be really snippy. Like, they got bothered with the basic questions. They just tag you to a post and send you there. And then I would go on Facebook, because I'm like, okay, let me try to do some Facebook groups. Because I didn't have no friends. I still barely have friends. No, I'm kidding. But I was like, I want more people that are like me, that are trying to learn this. And I'd find places that were segmented. You'd have the people who've been doing this for 20 plus years that were really snippy and got mad at people who were just starting out, because they're like, oh, you're just in it for a fad, you're not a real reader, you're not connected, I've been doing this for generations, things like this. And the senior members would just jump down your throat if you asked anything, and I really hated that. I was like, why is there no community where it's just peaceful? And then, I was sick of being told I wasn't a valid reader just because I was trying to learn. And as I started growing into my own intuitive practice and my own magical practice, started building up my fire base, because my fire base is horrible, I started realizing that was bullshit. Anybody is valid as a reader, no matter your experience level. Because now I've met, especially in this group, some wonderful readers that are very open to learning new things. Straight up in the questions that I ask before you come in. Are you open to learning new things? Do you have any questions? Like, how can I help you? And that's huge for me. So it's like, That I really try to emphasize this, and every once in a while you'll see me post a message saying you guys are amazing. If there's any issues here, just let me know. Like, seriously, like, I'm the protector. I will knock on somebody's door and beat the crap out of them if they mess with you. But in, a virtual sense. It's more like, why are you doing this? And we had an incident like that a couple weeks ago with the pillars, because I talked about during the Fool's Journey, I wasn't sure what the two pillars meant, like the B and the J on them. And we had an incident, like a really mini incident with that, with someone who didn't really want to talk about why their way was right and the other person why theirs was just as valid. And I want you to know you are always valid. Your point of view is always valid. I know a lot of people don't like the way I personally teach it, because I'm very theatrical. I tell stories with it. A lot of people think there's always this backward symbolism to it. They go super in-depth into history and archetypes, and they make it really complicated. When I'm just like, it's really incredibly simple. Just base it off of your real life. Or take it from your own experience. Things like that. And I'm not bad talking anyone, I'm just saying the key with tarot in general, with learning anything new like this, especially something symbolic and that really deals with your personal intuition and your instinct, is to be open-minded. And that's why that's really key here in this group. And that's why that's really key in reading tarot intuitively. Because you want to be very open with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. And sometimes that's really hard. That's why we did shadow work as the very first workshop. Because you gotta get that brutal honesty with yourself. Otherwise, it's crap. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere. Because you can sit there and memorize keywords the whole time, but if you don't connect with the deck, if you don't like what the cards are saying, it's going to go out the window for you. So, collaborating with others and asking questions is fantastic. I love questions. Ask all the questions. Challenge me. Challenge my way of reading and teaching. Challenge it. And we'll sit and have a discussion. Same thing, like, just go back and forth, because your reading evolves over time that way. And your practice will evolve over time that way. Like, and don't compare yourself, no matter how long you've been doing this, to Miss Cleo or Miss Betty in the corner, who's been doing this for millennia, supposedly, and thinks that you're just here in the fad crowd. You're just as valid, okay? So, if you feel stuck at any time, that's why reading intuitively is fantastic. Because your intuition is never going to let you down. Your intuition is always going for self-preservation. Okay, it's the most selfish part of ourselves, and that's absolutely okay. Because it's never going to steer you wrong. It's the people that argue with their intuition, or don't tap into it and don't know what it sounds like, that make it difficult for themselves. Especially when it comes to reading tarot. So, and just no matter where you are, no matter when you watch this, I want you to just sit for a second, and I'm going to do a little exercise here. Okay? I want you to close your eyes super quick. And if you got to pause the video and come back later because you're in the middle of driving or whatever, and you're doing something that needs your full attention, do that. But come back, and then I want you to close your eyes. Okay. And I just want you to focus on your breath. Don't control it. And don't worry if you're thinking about, the cake you gotta bake later, or, the fact that your headphones aren't working, and it doesn't matter what you're thinking of in the background, just focus on your breath. And I just want you to think to yourself that you're valid. Okay? Think of all the awesome things that you contribute to your world. Maybe you are the best person in your family at giving massages, and everybody comes to you for a massage and to pop their back, just because you have that magic touch. Or maybe you're the person that everybody comes to when they're upset and has nowhere else to go because they know that you're not going to judge. You're just going to sit and talk them through it and help them digest it. Or maybe you're the person with the sixth sense that can always tell when something bad is going to happen. You prepare those that you love for it to happen. Whatever amazing thing that you do, I just want you to sit and appreciate yourself for it. And if you want to take it a step farther, picture yourself on top of a white horse. You're coming home, and you have 6 wands around you. People are cheering your name. They're throwing confetti and glitter. You're tired, but you're grateful because they are saying you are badass. And that they appreciate you. Okay? And while they're celebrating you, just focus on your breath. Okay? And open your eyes. Okay? And just seriously, I'll even take off my glasses for this, I'm serious. You're valid. You are the most amazing reader. And you can be even more amazing if you just tap into your intuition a bit. And you trust yourself. And you appreciate the journey that you've done so far with your reading. Okay? Because I say so. And every person in here, that's why you're here. Because I know that you're ready to take control and listen to your intuition more. I know that you're ready to take your reading practice to the next level. And we're going to really do that starting next week with the challenge. So, I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. I can't wait to see you live next week for the challenge. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend, and I will see you Monday. Okay? Stay awesome, guys.